Hello.
Hello?
Hi. How you doing?
Okay.
Thanks for having me on.
Welcome to the Battleonfan1 Power Hour.
All right. Uh, so, uh, what you were referring to, calling the house. I'm not sure what exactly you're talking about because I have never called these people's houses. So, if you could point me to in the direction of the evidence, I would love to see
Alright,
it.
give me a sec. I may have to scroll up a little bit here. So here's what we've got. We're alleging that you called a 14-year-old girl's house, and you're denying that that happened.
I am absolutely denying it. I believe it's fantasy, and I want proof of that. Where are you getting that from?
Alright, I'm scrolling. Give me a sec. I gotta scroll past all of B Hill's It 2017 pictures, so it's taking a while. Okay. So I'm currently scrolling through a conversation where underage girls are afraid that you're going to move to their neighborhood because you know where they live. Would you like to comment on that?
Oh yeah, I'd like to comment on that. That came from back like a year ago when I was dating Monica and I did want to move there, but I no longer have any particular reason to go there. Right now, as of right now, I'm not saying that I had any reason to go there a year ago. I'm just saying that I have no desire to.
Okay. So what you're saying is you were dating a 14-year-old and you wanted to move to her, with her, whatever, a year ago when you were dating this 14-year-old and no longer wish to do so. And for
No,
whatever reason, the 14-year-old and her acquaintances are now talking about it 2 weeks ago.
that's because it. I'm not telling you that the paranoia has stopped. I'm telling you that's where it originated.
Okay. Okay, I'm still looking for this exact quote here.
I think I know what you're talking about. I did go to um, Monica's mother, her Facebook account, and I posted like some random,
Oof.
like prosaic, poetic. Uh,
Oof.
I'm gonna see if I can try and find what it was exactly.
Oof. Okay. Well, here I have a quote from Kayla. No, not that I can remember, but he goes, "You cute," every day and makes me uncomfortable. Do you have any recollection of telling
Oh
Kayla
yeah,
that she is you
I
cute?
yeah, I certainly did that. But it didn't actually work. I think I can't
Didn't
remember
work.
exactly. I can't remember exact. Didn't work as in it did not help her gain confidence in herself because she's very depressed all the time actually, and
Hmm.
and it's kind of a problem. And I thought that maybe by telling her she's cute that it would help, but she constantly denies every like bit of um that kind of those words. They mean nothing to her, and
Hmm.
therefore I have stopped that like long ago. I don't even know how long.
Well, these
I'm
messages are dated on July 27th. I'll
yes,
post a photograph in the
and
chat.
yes, and she's recalling something that happened like months ago. I don't even know when I stopped doing it. It was so long ago. I can't recall. Like it actually
Okay.
took me a while to figure out exactly what the hell you were talking about.
Okay.
Okay, so here's what it was. I am an old man, the oldest on this starship, so you have some notion that there is wisdom in me. Maybe there is, maybe there isn't. I can't say much for wisdom. There is only experience, which is, but which in the long run colludes and conflates with wisdom. Is it wisdom or just a story? Do you want to hear an old man's story? It, it's nonsense, and I was trying to freak her out, right? You know, because I was bored as hell.
Okay, so let me get this straight. You're bored.
Yeah,
I'm bored. I'm going to send my ex quote girlfriend who's 14's mother a poem that means nothing because I'm bored. Was that your thought process?
Yes, I was very bored. I don't know.
That sounds like something that's not boredom to me. That sounds like just retardation.
I mean, whatever you say, but seriously, I was bored.
Okay. Well, all right. I guess there's that. Um,
Also, I love this author. I love this author, and I just want to show it to like a random person. And
okay.
I knew that if I sent it to her, it would freak her out, and that's the reason why I did it. Was just get some kind of like enjoyment that I know that
All right.
I
So
freaked someone
here's
out.
more messages. Let's move on.
All right.
Kayla says he's told me his whole plan. Kayla then says he said he was going to go to Lindsay. Who's Lindsay?
Lindsay is the college in her area.
Okay. Um. So how do you feel about that? Is that the reference to a
Yes.
year ago, or is this a
Mm-hmm.
different is this a different
Yes.
reference?
That was
Okay.
the reference. Yeah.
So Lindsay is not another underage girl then. That's a town with
Oh,
college.
yeah. It's
I
a
thought that was
college.
another underage girl, but okay. Thank you for the clarification. So Kayla then says he just dates younger ones because he's too fat to get someone of his own. How do you feel about that?
Well, that might be true. That might not be true. But I can tell you with certainty that I'm not targeting any children. Uh, I haven't done so in quite a while, and I really would. Actually, if I continue on this path and I continue talking with people and I continue honing in on my skills, perhaps it'll happen one day. Who knows? But I know that I'm not going backwards. I'm definitely not. I'm heading in the right direction. I'm going forward.
Okay. So you mentioned before that you had a life coach. Has your life coach caught wind of any of this at
He
all?
knows absolutely everything about it. He knows every detail, and he was telling me all throughout the thing. All throughout I was telling him. Yeah. The time I was telling him, uh, he said it's not going to work. It's probably not going to last. He didn't necessarily shun me for it. He didn't necessarily like shame me, like you people do. Apparently, you think that helps. I'm not sure why you think it helps, but he told me that if I were to make this work, it would be very, very difficult, very, very rare, and I didn't listen to
So
him.
your life coach essentially was talking you out of pedophilia in the sense that it's not gonna work, rather than
Exactly.
telling you straight up like, "Nigga, that's illegal." Is that basically what the
I
summary
don't
is?
think I do not believe that shaming people into following a certain moral code is the way to do it. I think that telling people things that would make them feel better about themselves would put them in the right path a lot easier because I don't think I want to listen to an asshole. I don't think I want to take advice from an asshole.
Okay, well, fair enough. Good point of view. So I have another message here from Kayla. Kayla
Yeah.
says, he threatens to text my parents and text them everything I've, quote, done wrong, unquote, when I ain't done shit. So would you like to shed some light on this
Well, basically,
sentence?
when I read that, when you posted that on YouTube, I was like, "What the heck is she talking about?" So I actually confronted her in the DMs, and she clarified that it actually meant nothing. That it was not. It didn't make any sense. It was pure fabrication, and it was in the moment that she was like very angry that maybe she was referring to something that did happen, but it became too distorted. And texting someone is not the same as calling someone. As a matter of fact, I don't even know how to text these people. Like, I don't know what platforms they use. I don't know what their names are even. So I don't know how I could text them to tell them anything.
So Kayla then says he texted Monica's real mom the other day.
Yeah, that's in reference to the
That's
Facebook
the poem?
thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very interesting, very interesting. So I also noticed that you're on these young women's, girls, little kids' Instagram pages, and you comment on them.
Not often, but when I do, not often, but when I do it, I don't really care about what's in the picture, but I do try to be goofy, and I don't necessarily give my input on it, but I do make an observation from it.
Okay. So, would you like to say anything about this?
Yeah.
I'm
Show
showing
me,
a
baby.
screenshot on stream. Would you like
Alright,
to have any comment, anything at all on this?
Yeah, show me.
It is on stream.
On stream?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Do you not understand the irony of that?
I'm just asking for an explanation.
At the end of that, I said, okay, have fun, gotta go claim my free dollar. Do you not see how that is...
I don't know.
That's all irony.
How is that irony?
Okay, so it was a meme. Do you know about the Hey Beater meme?
No.
Okay, so there's this weird-ass meme that goes around where people take an image and they distort it multiple times, and they have these weird-ass quotes. And one of the consistent quotes that they have is, all right, like for a free iPod, or share for boobs, or something weird like that. Like, do this and then you'll get this retarded thing.
Okay.
Yes, and it's a meme. I think it's called the... If you look up Hey Beater, you'll see what I'm talking about. And I was kind of obsessed with that particular meme. And I said, okay, so I'm going to say that I'm going to go get some free stuff. I'm going to go get a free life. I'm going to go get a free chicken wing, or something dumb to make, just to make myself laugh. And that was an extension of that obsession of that meme.
I really have no idea what that means. But here's another screenshot.
Yeah, here we go.
Apparently, this is the Facebook.
Yeah, that's
post?
That's the Facebook post. I freaked her out. Look at that. She says something like, "I don't know who the hell you are," or I'm not sure. It's kind of blurred on stream, but I know that she.
So, without reading the awful poem here. Basically, this individual... Also, I just realized I'm kind of giving here some personal information. My apologies. I will not put this on stream. So, this individual says, I'm sorry, what the heck are you saying and who are you? And you say, would you fancy a true explanation of my existence, or would you rather want another entertaining wall of prosaic beauty? I warn you, the facts of my existence, while your preconception may profile me as insane, will therein make you go insane at the maddening revelation. So, basically, like, can you tell me what that means?
Oh, yeah, so... If I told her who I was, that I dated her daughter, and,
that you were a 22-year-old man that had sexual relations with her 14-year-old daughter, yes.
Well, I wouldn't agree with that word choice.
21-year-old?
As a matter of fact...
My apologies.
No,
So 22, in fact, okay.
At the time, it was 20, but...
20, okay, fair enough.
But that doesn't matter, right? The age is not the thing I wouldn't agree with. The thing I wouldn't agree with was having sexual relations. Because I think that when I envision that, I imagine physical contact with someone. I imagine intimate, like sensual intercourse. I don't think of what, this fucked up thing that I did, that I absolutely disown, I hate, that I don't want to bring it up at all. But it seems like You have an obsession with it. I don't know why you have an
I
obsession
don't
with
have an
it.
obsession, but when B Hill comes into my chat room and says I have proof of him creeping on little girls, and this is dated 2 weeks ago, I mean, it's not looking so good. That's all I'm saying.
But I mean, as I've explained, all those things are just simply terrible. And I mean, B Hill did awful work in collecting this awful data. It's just
Well, yeah,
he
B
fucks
Hill's
up.
a fucking idiot. Like, we all know
Yeah,
that.
I know.
But I'm in the Discord now, and I can read these messages live. So
All right.
so do you have anything to say about sending weird poetry to someone's mother like that? Is that Do you regret that? Do you find that
But
weird in retrospect?
yeah, it is kind of weird, but I mean, weird is funny, and I enjoyed freaking her out. I enjoyed being this random person that came out of nowhere and posted some insane ramblings.
I see.
I thought that was entertaining to me.
Okay. So did you not ever consider perhaps saying this to someone completely random? Like maybe someone who's, child, emphasis on child, you had a romantic and potentially sexual relationship with?
I love the chat. They're going. They're like, I enjoyed terrorizing this form.
I mean, is that not wrong? I feel like that's
No,
not
it's
wrong.
not wrong. It's not wrong. It wasn't wrong. No. But yeah, so I guess that in the future, when I am bored again, I'll go to someone actually random that isn't in my immediate reach or ease of access. I'll actually go to someone really random. So yeah, I guess I'll do that in the future. Thanks for the tips.
So, just out of curiosity, you claimed to be rehabilitated and that you're working on getting better, and this has been your claim for like the past year or so.
Yeah.
Yet you're still sending poetry to this child's mother, and being creepy and telling a 14-year-old that she's cute and that you love her. Do you not understand that that's not really making a good case that you're rehabilitated?
Well, I'm not sure how it's indicative of something malicious or something that would
In
predict that I'm
general,
going to do
okay, in
something
general,
terrible.
you know how child offenders and sex offenders aren't allowed to be within premises of school, you have to be X amount of yards away from a school when you live somewhere.
Yeah,
That's
I know
basically because they're they understand that we don't want to have this situation happening again. We don't want this person to be around children because we know what they did before. So when you have a history of manipulating young children into becoming very sexual with you, it is not in your best interest or a child's best interest for you to communicate with 14-year-olds and 13-year-olds. So whether or not you're being epic, you're being clumsy or goofy or however you're putting it, I don't think that is necessarily that relevant. When you're saying all this to a child. Would you agree with that?
Oh yeah, and I could see how you think that I have some kind of attraction towards these children, or that I'm going to do something terrible to them. But the reality is, Kayla is the only person that I've been talking to, and it's not in any sexual way. It's not in. There's no sexually charged moments where I'm I'm going to epic roleplay, erotic roleplay with this person, and I'm going to make plans to go see her and fuck her or whatever. It's not like that at all. It's more of a friendship, and she has some really dank memes that I love, and we have a fun time. And I don't think it's going to be anything more than a online friendship. Added to that, I am also out there talking with people my age, honing in my skills, and I think that I've seen a tremendous improvement in the way that I speak and the way that I present myself and present my arguments. And I have more confidence, and I think that I'm headed in the right direction. And I do believe that at some point I'm going to have to not talk to Kayla, whether that has to do with having my own family to deal with, or having to study or something like that. But I don't think it's going to last forever. I don't expect it to.
So, okay, fair enough explanation. Now, I'm curious as to why I should believe anything you said when previously you called us delusional for claiming that you had been SoakedSock as well as NyarlathotepCC or whatever the fuck. And
Oh yeah.
you proceeded to maintain that we were delusional and we had no idea what we were talking about when we had photographic evidence of you being the same person.
Yeah, so I commend your detective work on that. It was really brilliant. I in my head I knew that I was doing a sloppy job of covering my tracks, and even if even when you did present the evidence, I was like, oh crap, I'm caught. Oh shit, and I didn't want to admit it because then that would mean that I did a bad job. And at when I did that, I was in a very dark place because I was at the I was almost at the finals of my college, and I hadn't done the work.
Just so we know, this was 2 weeks ago. You were in a very dark place.
Yeah, so that was
not
the
like
finals.
A year ago, not like 2 years ago, but 2 weeks ago.
Yes, and in that dark place, I didn't do anything sexual to any children. I only changed my name because I didn't want to be harassed by you guys. I didn't want to be like attacked for what I did in the past and not who I am right now. And I mean, I don't get why you want to constantly bring up my past as if it's like I'm some kind of monster.
Well, I'm not the one constantly bringing up your past, necessarily. But, like I said, when you have a history of, sexually manipulating children, and then all of a sudden it appears that you're talking to children and saying that you love them and sending them hearts and calling them cute, can you not understand the confusion, at the very least, in that situation?
Yes, and as I said before, I completely understand if you don't trust that I am away from that stuff. If you have some wariness, I get all of that, right? And I'm constantly trying to prove to you guys that I have changed, and I admit that I'm not doing a very good job of it, and I need to stop with the wacky jokes. I need to stop with all that bullshit because it's going to come back to bite me, and I need to find out what to say before I say it so that it ages well, and then later down the line someone won't just bring that up and then say, oh, whatever. Okay.
Fair enough, but can you explain these messages that were sent approximately an hour ago in this Discord?
Yeah.
At everyone, there is a spy amongst us. Good fucking job, you stupid bitch. You're a real pal. This is why nobody likes you in real life.
That's Brandon Scott Hill I'm referring to.
Okay. So
he's fucking betrayed me for so many times. I don't get why he's so bipolar. I don't get why he constantly changes sides. I don't get why he makes me trust him just for him to fuck me over every single time. And I think that
would you consider posting screenshots of potential dangers in regards to children as, quote, fucking me over?
He has the intention, the ill intent to harm me, even though none of that is none of that is serious. He still has the intention, this ill will towards me, and I don't get, I've been nothing but nice to him, and he still fucks me over. This exact same thing happened with Brad and Indiana Joe, and I've been nice to them. I've been trying to, be good to them, and in the end, they end up fucking me over, and I don't get it.
So, can you also describe the following message? If you side with Cyberdemon, you are not welcome here.
Exactly, because this whole thing, if I believe that you breed a culture which has an ill will towards me and people like me, people who you deem to be terrible, awful, and memes, I guess.
Are you referring to potentially Pulse, someone who admitted to sending sexual images to a 15-year-old? Is that what you're... pedophiles?
Yeah, I'm not condoning any of that. I'm not saying that any of that's okay. But I am saying that to help Pulse, you can't, witch hunt him. You can't, barrage him with all this bullying. in expecting it to do anything. It's not. In the end, hate begets more hate.
Okay, but am I barraging him with bullying? Or are people
There,
doing that of their own free
there,
will?
there are. There's a consistent thread that links back to you. I know that there's this Christian crusade coming from bread or some weird shit like that. I don't even. Yeah, so they said that they are allied with bread and they are attacking Pulse because they are justified in doing so, and that links back to you because bread is in your circle of friends.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that, so how is that my responsibility?
Because you are the originator of all this hate towards me.
Am I?
You're the one who popularized and made this public.
So basically you dislike me because I'm the one who made your exposure more public.
Yes, and even people who are not linked to you, people who don't even care about you, it's spread to other this whole thing is spread to other communities, like the Sprash community, and I had two people who turned on me because of
I remember that.
Retro and Maza. There were two people that turned on me. One was named Kyo Inu, and the other one was named Louis B.
Okay.
And they turned on me because they thought I was a pedophile.
Well, thought, but, you know, you've admitted
Yes.
to being a pedophile.
Yes.
So.
Yes, I was. I was a pedophile, but at that moment, like, I'd already broken. No, Monica had already broken it off, and it was.
So let me just backtrack a little bit here. So you just said you was a pedophile. I was a pedophile, right?
Oh yes, I was.
Until the child broke it off with you. So is that 100% confession?
No, I mean even like I think even a month after that, I was constantly trying to get back with her. But at a certain point, I had to like realize that there was no chance in hell that this was going to work, and I started questioning: is this even the right path to take? And it set me down this spiritual awakening where I had to grow up. Basically, I had to mature, and I had to be a part of society again. I had to re-invite myself to people of my age, or else I was going to be nothing was going to change, and I was still going to be this
was
awkward.
A year ago, and yet you're still talking to a 14-year-old.
Not in any sexual way, more of like a friendship thing, because I've known her from from B Hill's chat 2 years ago, and we've been friends ever since. And I've not added any.
So you've been friends with her since she was 12?
I think she was. Yeah, I think she was that old. Hold on. Yeah. But as I said before, I'm not targeting this person in any sexual way, so there's nothing to really like worry about.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So let me get this straight. In conclusion, your position is that you were an active pedophile, and you did try to sexually manipulate a young woman, and then she broke it off, potentially out of fear or disgust, and you were so broken up and shaken by it that you tried to get her back. God knows what that was all about. And are now just casual friends with other 14-year-olds while you try to go to college to become a middle school teacher? Is that still your goal?
Nah, I don't think I'm going to go back to college, actually. I'm going to take a different path because college has made me fall into many pits of despair, and I don't want to go back to that. I just want to move on with my life, get a job, move out, and grow up. That's what this is all about. My life goal is to grow up.
Okay. So do you admit to, at one point in time, wanting to pursue a middle school teacher position?
Yes.
Okay. So what kind of position would you like to pursue now?
I am not certain. I want to have like a simple job that doesn't take a lot of thinking. I want like a menial job, that like a janitor or like a cashier
in elementary school, perhaps.
Well, anywhere.
Anywhere. Okay.
A waiter, just a job that doesn't have me thinking too deeply about things because that gets me stressed.
I see.
Hmm.
So, so is that it?
Well, I think there is a still some tension between us, and I think that there is still going to be this group of people that hates me because of what I did in the past, and I completely get it. I get why people are afraid of me. I get why people hate me, and I have to realize who am I going to give a fuck about.
Mm-hmm.
I have to choose who I give a fuck about wisely, because some people are not worth the time of day. But I think you're actually a very smart person. I respect you, although I don't agree with you. Um, and I think you could do great things in life. And I hope you do well, and hope you do well in life. Um, and hope your transition goes well. And I wish nothing for the I hope you turn your life around. And
Okay. Now, that's very curious,
Mhm.
because 16 hours ago, you wrote a comment on my YouTube saying,
Yeah.
I am happy that you are suffering. I am glad to see you in pain. So, why the sudden flip?
Okay. I was under the assumption that you would never change, but I've done lots of thinking, and I've heard your responses, and you know when I wrote that comment, I only watched maybe 5 minutes of your drunken rant, but
Mm-hmm.
I watched the entire thing, and I pondered on it.
You pondered. Okay.
Hmm. And I'm like, okay, so this guy probably is serious. He's probably is in great pain, and I should support him because nobody deserves this pain.
Okay.
And I'm sorry if I was nasty to you
So,
in that
when did this
comment. If I,
pondering occur, may I ask?
the past 16 hours, like after I posted that comment, out of curiosity, I decided to go back to the video.
I see. So, how about these comments 7 hours ago,
Hmm.
where you basically harass anyone for responding to you? For example, Cyberdemon and his followers are quite the special case, implying that they're, retarded. Haha, and just like that, you made Infernal Glass look like a fucking idiot, etc.,
By the
etc.
by the special case, I mean that I am not friendly to your followers, but even though I put on this facade that I hate you, deep down I actually respect you as a person because it takes a lot of dedication to get where you are, um, and that dedication is commendable.
Okay.
I admire that.
Okay.
Hmm. I just don't like the hate that comes my way because of my past. I don't, and also there's another thing. I don't think your followers even have like proper logical thinking skills. I kind of look down on them because
Have
they
you
use these
considered deleting all of your online identities and starting over? You seem to like to change your name often, but you always provide links. Have you considered hiding?
I'm done running. It's
I remember having a very similar conversation to Battleonfan about being done running, and here you are a few usernames later.
I don't remember. I don't remember that.
I see. Okay. So, how would you feel as I'm not sure if you're keeping up the chat room. I'm not really keeping up with it.
Me
But it
neither.
appears that people are submitting your information to the FBI. How do you feel about that? Are you worried? Are you afraid?
No, I'm not worried. I'm kind of confident in how, you know, how I conduct myself in day-to-day, situations. I think that when the FBI does come, I do not believe they're going to find anything, or if they do find anything, I'll confront it, um, and whatever happens,
So,
happens.
would you say that the FBI, having knowledge that you contacted a child in which you had a sexual and romantic relationship with on the internet when she was 14's mother, and having her name be connected to you, thus being able to contact her, do you think that that could pose any issues in your defense?
Well, she blocked me right after I freaked her out,
Mm-hmm.
so I can't talk to her anymore, and I don't think she wants to talk to me,
I don't think
and I
she's
don't
going to
really.
talk to you. I think she would be talking to police if this would be the case.
Hmm.
Hmm.
But the thing is, Monica specifically said that she doesn't want any of this because if it did get out that she did these things with me, that everyone would know about it because she lives in a very quiet town. Everyone knows each other, and she would be seen as a whore of some kind. She's
Okay.
a, she
So
is
victim blaming.
she no, she is very afraid that this information would come out. She just wants to like forget about it, just like I do, and move on with our lives. And she told me this many times. And I think that if you do cause a ruckus, it will do more harm than good. I don't think it's going to help any children. First of all, I just think it's going to help make people feel good about themselves that they're doing something right when they're really doing something wrong.
Okay. So your defense is I shouldn't go to jail because it might make someone feel bad.
No, my argument is that I should not go to jail because I do not do that shit anymore, and that time in my life has passed, and it will never happen again. To
Okay.
think that it will happen again is not based in anything in reality, and it's purely perpetuated by paranoia. Because it's a fucking point.
Hello?
Hey there, how you doing?
Am I banned?
Are you banned?
You're in the middle of speaking, so
Oh no, I didn't ban you. No, 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 no. I don't do that shit anymore. I'm a huge proponent of
anymore.
free. Yeah, I'm a
Anymore.
huge.
You're a huge
I'm,
proponent of free speech, even though you just
yeah.
said if you side with Cyberdemon, you're not welcome here an hour ago. So is this free speech activism, is this developed in the last hour?
Well, I didn't ban him. I didn't block him. He's free to say whatever he wants, but he's not welcome there. I will not greet him with warmness, and if he decides to start shit, then I might have to take other measures.
I don't really know what that means, but alright. So just for the record, just so we
Mhm.
understand completely, do you 100% confess to having a sexual relationship with Monica over a year ago?
You are once again framing this in a way that I don't agree with, and I
Okay,
think you're
then
doing.
you
I
tell
think
me
you're.
what happened.
I believe that the details of the encounters that I've had a year ago have already been recounted many times, and I don't think anyone here should know about it because it's in the past. And the only thing that you're doing right now is attempting to shame me, and
I'm just attempting to set the record straight.
you already know what the record is. You
Okay.
said it. You said it multiple times. You are completely right in what you said. I don't. I've no reason to tell you the itty bitty details of what happened
You don't have to
because
send me any details. By the way, those are very curious alarms in the background. Hopefully those aren't for you just yet.
no, I'm in Chicago, so I hear them every day. So
I
that's
see. I see.
Mhm.
Well, I'd probably I'd probably take
yeah.
more notice in the future. Um, I'm just looking for like a general understanding of what exactly happened. just so we could have set the record straight once and for all. Did you or did you not have a sexual relationship with this child? It's a yes or no question.
Fucking Brandon Scott Hill's being an idiot. Okay. Sorry, I just had to laugh at that. All right, so set the record straight. You said it many times before. I have convinced this person to do certain things that I don't think were appropriate or legal in any case, or justified or moral. And I denounce everything that I did. And I don't want to think about it. I don't want to be defined by it. And I just want to move on and be better in the future.
Okay.
As I am now. Because I am a much better person than I was.
So, if I can give you some advice, right, I would highly recommend to cease any and all communication with anyone under the age of 18 as soon as possible. And by as soon as possible, I mean like right now. That would be my recommendation.
All right, so I'll stop talking with these people. Actually, right now, because there's multiple people in the Capri Squad Discord, I'm just gonna leave that right now. So, how do I prove that I left it? I don't know how I can prove that.
Yeah. Are you no longer in there? I see you typing in the Discord as we speak.
Oh, you're actually in here. Oh, that's so cool. I didn't notice. All right. Okay. Yeah. So
I said I was in the Discord several times, but okay.
I'm sorry.
Hello? It appears that he has left the building. I guess. Hello? Are you back?
I'm sorry. I disconnected it by accident, but I left it. Bada bing.
Bada bing.
Yeah, I'm kind of goofy.
Yeah. So you've left it. Could you provide potential proof of you blocking these individuals via direct message? Is that possible?
Sure. Okay, so let's block. Okay, so this is Kayla.
Okay.
Yee. I'll just title the picture Yee. Let's go to. Okay. The poppycock shall receive the Yee. There you go. Blocked.
I see. Okay. So, not that I think you won't just unblock her immediately after this conversation is over.
Yeah.
Because that's obviously what's going to happen. B-Hill is saying in the chat room that you're putting on a facade right now. How do you feel about that claim?
Honestly, I think he's an idiot, and I don't know what he's talking about. Because he never really knew me. He didn't want to know me because I hated his guts. I thought he was a kiss ass. I thought he was a pushover. I thought he just said things just to be accepted because he was never accepted when he was a child, and that's why he like coalesces with these people and just tries to please them in any way possible. And this is the way he did it now. And I think he's an idiot. He just says anything to make himself sound good, and it's not himself.
All right. So I think we're done here. If you have anything else you want to say, a last statement, feel free to go.
I'm not sure. So I guess I'll see you later. Thanks for having me on, and good luck with your runs. So, see ya.
All right, bud.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, so Sage, do you have any interest in coming on real quick for a quick voice chat about what you intend to do here? Because I know you said in the chat room that you plan on pursuing actions. Would you like to have any sort of follow-up? What Discord can I find you in? I probably could find you here. I will send you a message with an invite. Okay, feel free to join as soon as possible. Crisco Wild, personally, I find it very interesting. And, I mean, why not? If people are planning and, you know... Let me have the info. I sent it to you on Discord, dude. What the fuck? Unless you're not Sage. I'm assuming you're Sage on Discord. Come on now. Trash, these people are everywhere. It's just that this site is smaller, so the demographic is larger by default. But there are plenty of these people. Like, I know SoakedSock from Twitch, and I know a lot of other people from Twitch of the same kind of ilk. It has nothing to do with this side, it's just the smaller size. So hello Sage, welcome.
What's up, man? How you doing?
So I heard you're planning on going in, so would you like to quickly add to that?
Yeah, sure. So I mean, anytime there's any sort of credible threat or any sort of disgusting degenerate that has proof that he is a disgusting degenerate, all you got to do is just go turn him into the FBI. They're legally obligated to investigate if the tip is actually got any credibility to it. So I mean, just with Pulse, I tweeted the FBI and asked them a question. They did not respond with anything formal, but yep, right there, somebody just posted it in your chat. But I did turn over your video to the FBI, and I did get an email back saying that they would look into it, that the tip was received, and they thanked me. I don't expect anything else from them, but with this guy, he's probably easier to get because he's in the United States, apparently in Chicago. So I do have the Chicago field offices pulled up here on my computer, and there is a link that I can submit any tip to. So I mean, like I said, if anybody's got any credible information, like his name, this video afterwards, of course, when it's archived and you upload it and stuff, I'm going to put that in and send it to him too. So it's very easy to take care of pedophiles. They definitely, the FBI is supposed to go after people like this. This is what they're for. So they'll definitely investigate this as soon as we have. Apparently, I think somebody has his name. Again, he lives in Chicago.
It in the chat room.
What was his name? John Wells. Okay.
He literally just posted his own name in the chat room. So
that's fine. And apparently, you live in the Chicago area. So, oh yeah, let me tell you the process that they're going to do to you, SoakedSock or Mr. Wells. So I worked in the military for 7 years. I worked in Washington, D.C., and literally lived like across the street from OSI. My job in communications was to do everything and anything as a tech controller. And I can't remember his name. I did ask my NCO, IC, the guy in charge of the whole center that we were in, what this dude's name was, but he was a senior master sergeant. You can probably Google 2009. This is when this guy did it, but he was leaving the Air Force. And there was always just something weird about him. All they needed was some creepy tips, right? Like, hey, this guy was just sitting in his truck all day, texting children, you know, kind of weird shit. Don't have to actually be. Yeah, Joe remembers this story. And so they kind of looked into it a little bit, right? All it took was a little tip. So somebody must have tipped off the Air Force's version of the FBI. And while this guy was getting ready to leave the service, retire with his family and his 2 kids, this dude was on the internet soliciting sex from a 14-year-old. And when he went to her house to try to pick her up, the OSI was there ready for him and arrested him. And so this guy got fucked up. Yep, lost all his rank. They were going to strip his benefits, and they were going to put him in prison. Open and shut case. My job was to go to his fucking house and pick his goddamn computer up and put that shit away. So, I mean, they will come confiscate all your shit. They will find evidence. They will get you, and they will find everything that they need off of maybe not your computer if you get rid of it. Maybe go out and get rid of your phone. But they'll go through your records, and they will find you, and they will fucking put you away. You might, not going to say kill yourself, but this is what this guy did. He ended up getting caught, and he was going to go to court-martial the next day. The dude hung himself so his family could still have his benefits and his death insurance. So like I said, I'm not asking you to kill yourself, dude. I'm just letting you know what happens to pedophiles whenever they get fucking caught. So like I said, somebody gave me your name.
Here.
Yeah, well, you know, pedophiles are pretty sick. And I think that when people do this, they may say, oh, well, I did this and I'm a changed man. It's usually a bit of bullshit. And even so, there's got to be some sort of penalty or some sort of justice that comes out of this because you knew that this was wrong.
For clarification, he did say he was planning on moving to this this lass's town. So. Yeah.
Well, I mean, like I said, it's all here as evidence. I do know that you have some information in this Discord. Anything you want to send to me, you've got Bread's information, and he can pass it along, or you can just dump it in one of the Discords, either one. But I mean, I'm going to put a nice, sweet package together. I know how to formally do it, and I'll just send it to the Chicago FBI. So, I mean, he can laugh all he wants, but, dude, I've been there. I've fucking found people who've been pedophiles, and I've helped them in the process of putting that guy away. Too bad he didn't get justice because all he did was kill himself. But, you know, I think the story will probably be a little bit different for you. So, I don't think you're yourself. Cowards
I can't necessarily endorse any threats of telling someone to kill themselves. You know, I don't agree with that. But as we heard, that there's definitely some shady stuff going on here. So, at the very least, I feel like a tip, you know, for them to investigate might definitely be warranted. And if it turns out that there was no wrongdoing and no sign of any future wrongdoing, then I'm more than happy to let the case go. But if it turns out that, you know, they find something and, you know, there's some plots and all that, then, well, I mean, it's up to them to do what they decide.
They can still pull data off of a wiped drive, unless it's, hey, SoakedSock, Mr. Wells, whatever the fuck your name is. Do you have a solid-state hard drive, dude? Just a random question that wouldn't have anything to do with the FBI coming to getting your shit. Serious question. I mean, I'm actually curious to see how far you're going to go in order to try to get away from the FBI coming to get you. Well, anyways, I dealt with data erasure while I worked for the state of Tennessee, and we even had a guy who tried to get rid of his shit, and when we got it, our job was actually to destroy it, so we knew what it would take in order to recover the data. So unless you literally melt that thing with thermite or turn it into like fine granules of dust, you're going to be fucked, dude. There's nothing you're going to do to get away. You can try to get rid of your stuff, but they'll find it. They find evidence all the time. So
I would also like to point out that if these conversations are stored on Discord servers, that his local machine is completely irrelevant.
That's true too. Yeah, you do have all that. Well, I mean, you do have the video. But all I'm saying is like all his photographs and his evidence. But I mean, like I said, you don't even have to have a computer to retrieve that stuff either. So. And if he does try to get rid of it, he's got to do a damn good job. So, but the point of the matter is, it just doesn't matter. So yeah, if you guys, whoever has that stuff, just funnel it into one source, and then I'll just go ahead and I'll submit it. You guys could submit it, but it's probably cleaner and easier just to do it in one tip, one package. Because if multiple ones come in, they start to look at it, and if one of them seems kind of weird, like, hey, this is a picture, and it's got nothing to do with the whole chain of events. Excuse me, then they'll probably just look at the tip and be like, okay, whatever, it's just a prank or something. But this is pretty serious, so if everybody wants to funnel the information into one person and we put a package together. I know how to do it formally. I'm just going to turn it over to him.
Okay. Well,
So yeah.
I think that's all that needs to be said. So, if you have anything else to say for your final statement.
Thanks for exposing these pieces of shit. I know Stream Me is an awesome community, and I know that we've had some pretty shitty people show up and try to turn the community into complete garbage, like pedophiles and bots. So I just want to thank you for helping to expose these garbage humans and letting people take care of them.
All right. I try my best.
Indiana Joe says, "Are you going to take down Pulse?" That one was weird. I actually just took the video, and any information, I had somebody else send me some information too about about Pulse's whereabouts, because they were talking to his his father the other day. So I did get some information, and I just sent it to the FBI's general broad reporting. I guess like anonymous tip hotline or whatever, and it's on the internet. And I sent them that stuff through an email, and they just sent an email back saying that they
So would
appreciated
anyone ever
the tip and they got
contact
it.
me whatsoever regarding any of this for statements or anything?
They might. I don't know. Anytime that something like this happens, they'll go through evidence, but they'll conduct their own investigation. They won't really tell anybody what's going on. More than likely, what'll happen is that they're going to go and review this information. It'll be credible. Maybe somebody will go talk to the girl that he assaulted first before him, but ultimately they'll go and find out from him or probably his parents.
Okay. Well, fair enough. So if you don't mind, I'd like to get the stream back on track and play some video games, as this took a little bit longer than I expected. I thought this was only going to be like a 5-minute thing, but, you know, we got something interesting out of it, I guess.
Yeah, man. I want to watch you play some games, so I'm going to leave you to
video games.
Yeah, dude. I love video games, too. I'll talk to you later.
Alright, I'm leaving. Okay, so there's that. There is that. I want to say thank you, Freak, for the donation. I'm guessing this is a musical performance. Oh God! Oh God! Oh boy! Okay, well, good ep.